Veterinarians had lost hope for these two puppies and chose to euthanize them. However, just before the procedure, the vet noticed something unusual about them. What she did next was completely unexpected. Anna Reynolds stepped into the Hope Animal Shelter on a quiet Monday morning, her mind still lingering on the peace of a well-deserved weekend. But no amount of rest could prepare her for the emotional toll that lay ahead. Today, she would face the most heartbreaking part of her profession. As she entered her office, she silently wished this part of the job didn't exist. With a weary sigh, Anna settled into her chair, a heaviness in her chest that refused to lift. The shelter had strict policies. Animals that didn't respond to treatment and continued to suffer had to be euthanized, to spare them further pain, and to protect the health of the others. It was necessary, it was humane, but it never got easier. Since joining the shelter, Anna had always gone above and beyond to avoid such decisions. She and the entire staff treated every animal like a life worth saving, fighting for them no matter how dire the situation. Euthanasia was a rare, painful last resort, only when every other option had failed. And even then, it felt like giving up on a promise she'd made to every creature who crossed the shelter's doors. Today, that gut-wrenching reality returned once more. Two puppies, young, sweet, and helpless, had reached the end of the road. Their illness was incurable, their condition worsening despite all efforts. The only path forward seemed to be mercy. But what Anna didn't know was that Leo and Milo, the pups scheduled for euthanasia, were about to change everything. Reaching for the clipboard on the shelf above her desk, Anna scanned the list of animals set to be put down that day. Her heart sank as her eyes landed on two names, Leo and Milo. A wave of sorrow washed over her. These weren't just any animals, they were those two pups, the ones with the story that had already touched every heart in the building. She leaned back, letting memories flood her mind. Before arriving at the shelter, Leo and Milo had survived the chaotic streets of Ho Chi Minh City. Tiny, malnourished, and vulnerable, they'd somehow found each other and clung together for survival in a world far too dangerous for creatures their size. From the moment they entered the shelter, they were inseparable, always curled up against each other, always finding comfort in their bond. Their story was one of resilience. Yet, despite the best medical care, their condition had only worsened. Anna and her team had done everything they could, but no treatment worked, no medication helped, and now the kindest act they could offer was release. Anna stared at the list again, her throat tightening. How could she bring herself to end their lives? Their suffering was real, but so was their love, their spirit, and their bond. Their journey began when two compassionate Buddhist nuns found them wandering near a pagoda. The pups were starving, cold, and barely able to walk. But what shattered the nuns' hearts most was seeing them attempt to survive near busy roads, dodging danger every second. They couldn't look away. Offering food, the nuns coaxed the pups close, then brought them to the Hope Animal Shelter, hoping someone could give them a chance. Leo, the larger of the two, was often seen resting his paw gently over Milo, shielding him as if to say, "I've got you." The image of that tender moment had been etched into every staff member's mind. Everyone at the shelter had felt it, that there was something different about these two. But even the deepest bond couldn't fight off a disease that refused to let go. Still, when Anna entered the kennel that morning, her heart not only ached, it trembled. There they were, snuggled tightly as always, but this time their eyes were closed, peacefully, almost as if they knew what was coming. Did they sense it? Had they accepted their fate? Anna wondered, kneeling beside them with tears welling up in her eyes. She gently stroked their fur, her touch trembling. In just moments, she'd have to lead them to the room where lives ended. But something about them held her back. There was a quietness in the air, a pull in her heart. Something was different. Was it their unbreakable bond? Or was her grief playing tricks on her? Then, just as she was about to rise, Leo lifted his head and looked directly into Anna's eyes. "Sorry for the interruption," Before we continue with the story, we kindly ask you to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you. In that brief, breathtaking moment, she saw something she hadn't seen before. A spark, a glimmer, a flicker of hope that sent a jolt through her chest. Milo, sensing Leo's movement, stirred as well, then snuggled even closer to his friend, refusing to let go. Anna's heart swelled. Something was happening, and it wasn't over yet. It was then that a shocking secret surfaced, one that no one could have predicted, and it changed everything. As Anna knelt beside the puppies, her hand resting gently on Milo's tiny frame, she noticed something unusual. Milo, who usually struggled with shallow, labored breathing, a sign of his deteriorating health, seemed at that moment calm. His breaths were steady and even, a stark contrast to what she'd observed in the past. The only difference? He was curled up against Leo. Perplexed, Anna gently separated the two, needing to confirm what she had just seen. What happened next left her stunned. The moment the space between them grew, Milo began to whimper. His breathing turned ragged, faltering as it always had before. Her heart dropped. Yet when she placed him back beside Leo, something remarkable happened. His breathing settled again, soft and rhythmic. Anna stared, trying to process what she was witnessing. "What is going on here?" she whispered aloud, her scientific mind grappling with the unexplainable. She repeated the test, cautiously separating them again. The result was the same. Distress returned. Reunited with Leo, calm restored. She sat still, eyes fixed on the duo. Could it be that Leo was somehow stabilizing Milo? The idea was unlike anything she'd come across in her entire veterinary career. But the evidence was right in front of her. Refusing to jump to conclusions, Anna decided to investigate further. She ran a series of tests, carefully monitoring both puppies' vitals over time. She observed their breathing rates, stress levels, and responses to separation versus togetherness. Every piece of data pointed to the same truth. Something about Leo's presence calmed Milo. Was it emotional, psychological, something deeper? The questions swirled in Anna's mind. But one thing was certain: euthanizing them now without understanding the full picture was no longer an option. She couldn't bring herself to go through with it. Not now. Not when there was even the faintest glimmer of hope. In the days that followed, Anna and the shelter staff closely monitored the pups. And with every passing hour, it became increasingly clear Leo wasn't just Milo's companion. He was his lifeline. The bigger pup's presence appeared to offer a kind of emotional support that went beyond mere comfort. It was stabilizing, healing. Driven by this realization, Anna dove deep into research, poring over studies that explored emotional bonds between animals. To her surprise, she found credible evidence. Just like in humans, strong emotional ties between animals could dramatically affect their physical well-being. Memories rushed back. How the two had been found clinging to each other near a pagoda, how they'd never wanted to be apart since arriving at the shelter. But during treatment, they had been separated. It was a mistake made with good intentions, yet it now seemed so crucial to their decline. Armed with this new understanding, Anna devised a bold, unconventional treatment plan. It wasn't just about medicine anymore. It was about the emotional and psychological connection that could be key to survival. Her proposal was simple: keep Leo and Milo together, always, and integrate emotional support into their healing process. When she presented the plan to the shelter's board, there was initial hesitation. It was unusual, even radical by standard medical protocols. But after witnessing the undeniable bond between the puppies, the board gave Anna the green light. And so the new treatment began with cautious hope and trembling hearts. Weeks passed. Slowly, but miraculously, Milo's health improved. His breathing normalized. He gained weight. He wagged his tail. Then, Leo began to thrive as well, becoming more playful, more energetic. The shelter staff watched in awe as the once hopeless pair transformed before their eyes. Anna, overwhelmed with gratitude, began sharing their journey online. She posted photos, videos, and updates, hoping to inspire others and maybe help save more lives through their story. The response was overwhelming. Leo and Milo's tale of love and survival captured hearts around the world. People were deeply moved by their resilience and their unbreakable bond. Donations poured in from kind-hearted animal lovers, enabling the shelter to expand its care, not just for Leo and Milo, but for countless other animals in need. Anna watched in amazement as one small act of compassion spiraled into something far greater than she ever imagined. The two puppies, once on the edge of death, had become symbols of hope. But one final wish remained in Anna's heart. Now that they were healthy and full of life, she wanted nothing more than for them to be adopted together. They had endured everything side by side. The streets, the sickness, the fear, the fight. They belonged with each other. Normally, adopters came looking for just one dog, but Anna knew in her soul, splitting them up could undo all the healing they had achieved. It wasn't just companionship, it was survival. Separating them could lead to emotional decline, perhaps worse than any physical illness. As their story continued to gain attention online, Anna held onto a sliver of hope that someone, somewhere, would be moved enough to open their heart and home to both Leo and Milo. Then, one evening, something truly shocking happened. As Anna was finishing up a long day at the shelter, preparing to head home, her phone rang. It was a local news station, and they wanted to feature Leo and Milo's story. Excited, Anna eagerly accepted the offer, hoping their incredible journey would inspire others to look past outward appearances and see the profound potential for love and life in every creature. But nothing could have prepared her for the far-reaching impact of the interview when it aired. The next day, the news station reported a surprising surge in viewers. It seemed that people from all walks of life were tuning in to hear about Leo and Milo, the two puppies whose bond had already captivated so many hearts. As the camera zoomed in on them snuggled together, content and carefree, the puppies became the stars of the show. During the interview, the reporter asked Anna what she believed had been the key to saving the pups. Anna looked down at Leo and Milo, now happily playing with a toy, their tails wagging with joy. With a smile, she answered, "I think they saved each other. Sometimes all it takes is a little bit of love, second chances, and a lot of hope." The interview aired that night, and it became a pivotal moment, not only for Leo and Milo but for the shelter as well. Soon after, messages poured in. People from all over the world reached out, touched by the bond between the two pups. Many wanted to adopt them, but unfortunately, most lived too far away to make it a reality. Though the distance made adoption impossible, the interview sparked an unexpected wave of support. Donations flooded in from compassionate viewers, and adoption rates at the shelter doubled. Thanks to the newfound attention, many animals found forever homes, and the shelter's mission to save lives became more powerful than ever. But just when it seemed like a foster home for Leo and Milo might never materialize, an unexpected turn of events took place. Weeks later, a family from the countryside walked into the shelter. They recognized Anna from her social media posts and approached her, excitedly explaining how they had seen the story on the news. The moment they heard about Leo and Milo, they felt an instant connection. They knew the pups were meant to be part of their family. Anna's heart soared as she led the family to the kennel. Leo and Milo, now healthier and full of energy, immediately responded with pure joy. They wagged their tails furiously, jumped around, and barked happily, as if they knew this was the family they had been waiting for. After a thorough vetting process, the family was approved to adopt the puppies. The day they left with their new family was bittersweet. Anna and the shelter staff watched as Leo and Milo, looking more joyful than ever, headed to their new home. It was hard to say goodbye, but knowing they would be together forever filled Anna's heart with peace. In the weeks that followed, the new family created a personal social media page for Leo and Milo, sharing updates about their new life. The page quickly gained traction, as fans of the pups continued to follow their journey. Anna couldn't help but smile through her tears as she scrolled through the posts, watching how Leo and Milo thrived in their new home, surrounded by love and happiness. She reflected on the time when she had almost made the heartbreaking decision to euthanize them. What a different path their lives had taken since then. Everything changed the moment she recognized the extraordinary connection between the two. They had shown her the profound impact love, compassion, and emotional support could have on an animal's well-being. It wasn't just about medicine. It was about understanding and nurturing the heart. Anna felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude, knowing she had played a role in giving Leo and Milo their second chance at life. Their story had not only touched the hearts of so many, but had taught her a powerful lesson about the healing power of love and connection. Did you enjoy the story? Do you believe love can truly make a difference for animals too? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel and give it a like. Remember, love has the power to change lives for the better. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.